Hey everyone, welcome to this week's show. With me is Corey, the GM of Sauce Pass. Thanks for joining me.
What up?
And I am the GM of Team Ramrod, your commissioner. And we're getting into this. I know we're a little late in the week. This is a busy work week for me. This is my 4-day week, so I have zero free time really. So better late than never. Luckily, it's a week where there's not really much to go over. So it'll be a nice quick episode, and we'll get everyone prepped for next week in the playoffs. A strange year this year with
Playoffs.
without Corey or myself in the playoffs. Very rare. But
Yep.
weird shit happens.
It's a rebuild year.
Yeah, I guess.
Some teams have been rebuilding since year one.
Yeah. And some of them are actually in the playoffs for once. It's nice to see. Now let's see
Yeah,
what
I
they
think
could
we I
do.
think I think we have what, just Neil as a defending champion. Not
Derek.
defending, but a previous. Oh, yeah, Derek and Neil. There you go. So
Yeah. So
75% chance of a new champion. I would love to see it. Nothing,
I,
no hate versus Derek or Neil.
I guess we'll see. Do these guys have what it takes to climb that hill and get to the top? But we'll find out. First, we have a matter of positioning for matchups. So we'll get to that. So let's talk about last week. Corey, you took a loss to Patches here. You're sitting at 6-12-1, 13th on the year. He's 11-8 and 0 in sixth. What happened here?
Yeah, this was two matchups kind of being eyed this week, or one matchup, sorry, yours as well next, but with Patches potentially being able to fall out of position. That's not scary. Um, but sorry, I was looking at the guy that popped up randomly. Creeped me out. But Patches was
Sure.
able to lose and still officially be eliminated, right? So the fact that he got the win here solidified his spot in standings going into the playoffs. This is a tight one though. Uh, like holy shit, the bed this week, and then that doesn't help, but because Nick takes four goalie categories, my players did pretty decent. Um, but it came down right to the end, and I was holding out for a tie. Uh, and I had a two block lead and a hit lead. And then he managed to beat me by one block to steal the win here. So good on him. Getting a playoff spot. I was trying to play spoiler here, just trying to make it interesting, trying to give him my best fight. So I think that's what we like to see out of teams who aren't in the playoffs, right? So still make them earn it, right? He had to fight to the end here to get it, but his players prevailed. For my team, I picked up Johnston on the Sunday for pims and hits. Well, 14 pims. He was in the box the whole fucking time. He only got one hit for me. But
But he was dirty.
Suzuki, 2 goals, 4 assists. Nekis just went off after Olympics, 3 goals, 5 assists. Uh, some mediocre numbers otherwise. Braden Shen, 3 apples in his one game. Um, John Johansson got lit up for 8 goals and a loss on the weekend. 8.15 goals against average. That never helps. Um, but then I'm going over to his team here. You got Zaka with 4 goals on the week. Forsberg, 3 goals, 2 assists. Caulfield, 2 goals, 2 assists. Um, and then yeah, his goalie some solid numbers here. You see the Lions still doing well. 2 wins, 2 goals against average, 50 saves. Kemper with a win in his one start here. Um, yeah, and the Montreal duo just not doing well, but enough to get through my crappy team. I'm sure he's hoping they pick it up a notch before playoffs here. I think that would
Something
be a big factor.
something you mentioned there that about Shen. I only have one game. It made me think too. It's like I didn't like this season how the NHL trade deadline falls on our second last week. Um, It just because obviously they kept him out of the lineup to trade him, and then he got traded, so there was some time between where he missed some games and stuff. That overlap sucks at this time of year for fantasy, right? Because people are trying to solidify their playoff spots, and you have some potentially good players who are just held out of lineup. So it kind of kind of sucks. I might look into that next year to see when the NHL trade deadline is, when our deadline is, stuff like that, and kind of adapt if necessary.
Yeah, because then you could also go the other way with it, where like in Travis's cases, who was kind of frustrated that Anaheim went out and got Carlson, right? Because now that pushed his player down the lineup, and the ice time changes, but can't pivot. You don't have time. Our trade deadline passed, right?
Yeah,
Um, so I, I I think it's worth discussing for sure.
it's
Good point.
it's worth looking into, right? That's all stuff that I can manually set the trade deadline for us. But again, shortened season this year for us. Usually we have that extra week, but
Yeah,
we don't because of the. We usually have a couple extra weeks, but
yeah. I feel like there's normally 3 weeks after 3 4 weeks. Yeah, but
it's because of
the All-Star
the
break
Olympic
or the
break. So
yeah, which ruined this year's, in my opinion. That was brutal. For to then have the trade deadline right after was
yeah.
not ideal for the NHL either, right? So, but yeah, we definitely felt it. All right, there's our rant's over. Now let's get to what we all want to hear. Team Ranrod losing.
7-11 and 1 and 11th. Team Rambo losing to 9-6 and 4. Travis is getting upset here. TBT. Really close matchup.
Yeah, same thing here. One team, because Travis was in the same spot as Nick was, right? So his fate was in his own hands, and he went 2-0 against you this year. Um, I'm surprised I haven't heard him say that yet, but that's good on him here. We get the win 8-6. It was tight.
He
I think it
was
was
telling
tight
me there
all
was
week
gonna be some
long.
dark days if he didn't make the playoffs in Scorchers. So
Oh, I believe it. We would have had to send some support out east just to make sure he's safe. Um, but yeah, player categories here um, was tight. You got 6 for Travis, 4 for you. You getting all the deep stats for shots, hits, and blocks, and him taking the rest of the categories outside of shorthanded points. But then goalie categories, you guys ended up tying, coming out with 2 apiece. So tight along the whole way here. 2 power play points difference. Uh, for Travis, I think that looks like the only real avenue you could have caught up potentially to make the difference, right? Everything else, game winning goals, I guess you're down by 1. But
well, he took wins on Sunday.
yeah,
Yeah, because he had a back to back on the weekend with Pittsburgh, and Pittsburgh got him some wins. So
yeah, I'd tie game otherwise if 2 losses or 2 of them
or
were
if one
losses, right?
loss, like
Well, and
oh yeah,
it's only 7-6 though, right? But
yeah.
yeah,
No, it was
no good
good.
on.
Good matchup. It was tied going into Sunday, and then that's it. He had going into Sunday. He had 11 guys. I had four. And I'm like, well,
Yeah, what can you
it
do? And well, what was the man game difference? Yeah, he only had 3 more than you, so he was catching up.
was just late week heavy.
Yeah, yeah. Outside of McDavid, 5 assists for you. Um, no one really like Kachuk, 3 goals, 1 assist, the game winner. No one else really lit popped.
There's no one
Uh,
else really on the
Hellebuck
team but my
did
Hebers.
3 wins. Finally found the win column, a 928 and 165. Bobrovsky with actually good games, 933 on the week for the 1 win. But going to Travis' team, a lot of players came off a bit here. Carlson a goal, 2 assists. Hyman 3 goals. You got Malkin on a suspension for a 17 pims slash. Uh, Lacombe a goal, 2 assists. Dahlin a goal, 5 assists. Hronik a goal, 3 assists. Marchenko 2 goals, 5 assists. Aho a goal and 5 assists. Even Hronik here getting 10 hits to go with his 4 points. So
Underrated.
yeah. Oh yeah. And then now he's just getting way more ice time, right? Hughes gone. So going to the goalies here, Markstrom, 3 wins for him. But only putting up an 897. But that was his best goalie. But the wins were crucial for him. Yeah, I guess Pittsburgh only had the 1 win. Yeah, Skinner didn't
Yeah.
get one. But yeah, huge win there. The 2 matchups that had a lot riding on it right there.
And that
Not for us,
clinches
but
clinches their road to the playoffs.
mhm.
Jager Bombs, 11-7-1 in fifth. Losing to Svechny Drink, 12-5-2 in second. What happened here?
Yeah, this is a huge one for standing implications as well, because Braden, I think, was only 2 points behind Dan in the standings. Uh,
And Dan separated himself a little bit here.
yeah, he needed that. This was a battle though. One assist, he won by two power play points, six PIMs, a plus minus difference of two for Braden, three hits difference, three blocks difference. Like this could have went either way. Potential playoff matchup here could be like a second round matchup, depending how the standings fall though. It's pretty tight. But yeah, big for Dan here. Player wise for Braden, you got Johnston, 2 goals, 2 assists, 8 shots, 8 hits. Hudson, a goal, 4 assists, three power play points. Uh, Will Kyle, 3 goals, 1 assist, plus six, 10 shots, 8 hits. Quite a week. Um, then Ottinger with no wins. DeSmith with getting one in his one start. Uh, Gibson with one win, putting up some good numbers. He was day to day a little bit, but he's back and healthy now. Just not enough to get it done against Stan. Got Point, 2 goals, 3 assists. Cousins, 3 goals. Svetch, 2 goals, 2 assists. Makar, 2 goals, 4 assists. Um, yeah, then in the net, not a lot of 800s here. Only Knight was up above 900 on the week. No wins though for him in Chicago, but just Sturkin back from injury. Nice to help him out there.
But enough for Dan to win and solidify himself pretty much as the second seed, right? So
Mhm.
he'll probably play either Travis or O'Brien. So be interesting matchup. Daltrey, 15-2-2 in first, defeating Team Rocket 7-11-1 in 12. What happened here? Looks like a murder.
Yeah, there was a murder.
Did that
And
plus minus.
yeah, -10 to a -11. Daltrey with normally a killer plus minus.
Sneaking
Uh,
out that plus minus
Sneaking it.
win.
But yeah, Team Rocket's only two wins here were assists. He won by one, and goalie wins. He won by two. Some close categories otherwise. The goalie stats were fairly close. Tied in saves. Kyle lost by +1, 2 goals, uh, 8 hits. So some close categories. It could have swung the other way, but no real surprise here. Got McKinnon +6, 3 goals, 4 assists. So it wasn't him slacking this week. What do we got? We got a -7 from Hurdle, 1 goal, 2 assists, though. Hagel, 2 goals, 2 assists, 15 PIMs, -2. Anderson, a -5. So this is Vegas boys being the difference there. They were struggling. A goal, 5 assists for Robertson. Schmaltz signed long term there, goal and 2 assists. Pretty solid year for him.
Yeah, so he's the point
Gustafson,
of game right now, pretty much.
yep. Gustafson, 2 wins. It's the only goalie you get in the win column for him. The Toronto duo just not doing well for him right now. Um, and Decord putting up a 7 goals against average. So,
Well, I really missed out. Stolars could have been mine. I was offered Stolars and an 11th for Bobrovsky.
oh,
I
you're
missed
missing
out.
out.
I missed
Missed
out.
out. Then going to Kyle's team here. Fantilli, 3 goals, 2 assists, nine shots, 6 hits. Just to see him throw the body. Um, no one else really popped. 4 assists for Brent Clark. Ingram, two wins. Askarov with a win and Hofer with a win. So his keeper's putting up some good numbers for him, actually. The only goalie's above 900. So some promise into the next season for him there for Kyle there against top dog Daltrey. Keeping his strong, impressive season going. 15-2-2.
Yeah, and again, he's likely to match up against Patches or Travis, right? So another interesting matchup. Shifley Tower, 12-7-0 in fourth, defeating, forgot about Dre, 7-9-3 in 10th, ending Dre's playoff push officially. What happened here?
Yeah, we had Mark and Nick who potentially could have caught up. So
Yeah.
they put the dagger in one of them. And Derek had a demanding lead, a commanding lead right from the start of the week. It really didn't look. look too hopeful for Nick. There's some close categories here. Like Derek won by 2 goals, 4 assists, plus 31 on the week though. He had a large lead there from the start. But yeah, I don't think there was a chance. He was coming back three shorthanded points, three game-winning goals, five goalie wins, 171 saves. So Derek's team really went off. Goalie stats are 905 and a 252 are okay, but it was enough to get it done against Stray here. Player wise, probably have yeah, like he had one guy, he had Slave, and the only guy who didn't put a goal up for him this week. Um, that says a lot about the depth of his team. Eh,
Yeah.
Shifley 3 goals, 5 assists. Um, got Faber a goal, 3 assists, 17 pims. Trennan a goal and an assist to go with his 17 hits. He's just been constant. It's nice to see when those guys don't get hurt when they play that style for a while, then can actually get some value out of them. You got Allmark with 2 wins, Vladar with 2 wins, Swayman with one. All putting up fairly good numbers, decent amount of shots. Uh, Going to next team here, you got the keepers and Dre, 3 goals, 4 assists. Kucherov, 3 goals, 5 assists. Coyle, a goal, 5 assists. Um, Guy I was commenting on, I didn't realize he was doing so well. So last week I talked about it. Sean Walker, 2 goals, 3 assists. Landeskog out now, 2 goals, 3 assists. Um, and some very, very mediocre goalie stats. Nothing above an 886. One win for Blackwood and Vasilevsky. Ned and Soderblom, nothing. Yep. Put the nail in the coffin there for Dre, the defending champ. Cannot defend his cup. We're gonna have a new champ.
Yeah. It's tough to win in this league and tougher to win back to back, right? So that's why it's only happened once and it's going to be who knows how long before it happens again.
If it ever does.
Especially the league's become so competitive, right? So Tage against the Machine, 8-8-3 in ninth, defeating Shane's farm team 215 or 212-5 in 15th. What happened here?
Yeah, Mark getting the win to keep his chances alive, but the other matchups didn't work out, and then the Caucasaurus race. So two teams that both wanted to win here. Uh, Caucasaurus race is going to live on to see another week and potentially have back-to-back Caucasaurus winner. Kyle still an opportunity.
That's a little easier
Uh,
to win back to back.
I would agree. Uh, I would know I got my name on that trophy too. So,
Back
but
before it was a trophy.
I know. Yeah. Um, yeah, goalie stats, they both split two apiece here. Mark with only 81 saves, so not getting a lot of starts there, leaving his Toronto duo for Wally. But his players were able to prevail, which has been carrying him for most of his wins this year. Um, yeah, not a whole lot of close player categories. The ones that were close were the ones that Kyle won. So shorthanded points 3-2 for Kyle. Pims he won by 4. Um, yeah, good on Mark here. Tage Thompson, 2 goals, 5 assists, shorthanded point, a game winning goal, 10 shots, 8 hits, 3 power play points, and was still a plus. Um, Buffalo have been picking it up. Celebrini, 3 goals, 3 assists. Ellers, 5 goals, 1 assist. And then, yeah, Allen without a start. Wallstead put him a 944 in his one start, wasn't able to get the win. Grieve still playing well, 2 wins, just couldn't do it alone. Uh, but going over to Kyle's team here, he got Bedard, goal, 2 assists. Nice to see him back here. Marner, 2 goals, 4 assists. Pretty solid. Didn't realize he's 3 positions now in Vegas. Pretty valuable for a keeper. Eichel, a goal, 2 assists. Um, Pretty mediocre Vegas numbers for his keepers this week, as we know the team's been not great as of late. Wedgwood though, getting 3 wins for him here. Uh, Putting up a 958 and a 109. Anderson getting a win, but Lankinen
The
in
Colorado
Vancouver.
situation's so weird. It's like one week it's one goalie, the next week it's the other goalie, and like who gets the majority of the starts. Like,
And they're all good starts, let's be real.
yeah,
Like for the most part. Yeah, it's a very, very odd situation, but not enough to get it done for him here.
House of Kirill, 12-6-1 in third, defeating the Polar Bears. 9-6-4 in eighth. Actually, you know what? I didn't realize Sean dropped the eighth. So Sean might be on a collision course with Daltrey, so that'll be interesting.
Uh, yep, two playoff teams going at it here. Neil showing why he's ahead in the standings, um, putting it away. His goalie's taking four categories to Sean's zero, and really was the difference maker because they would have tied. They tied in player categories otherwise. Um, but pretty commanding win here for Neil, which is nice. Get some confidence going into the playoffs. Gauthier, 4 goals, 1 assist, 14 shots.
The
Um,
Beast.
yeah, goal and 2 assists from Raquel, Pasternak, Panarin, and Zibanejad. Uh, Sherwood, 2 goals, 1 assist, the game winner, 16 hits. It was a trade that was quite favorable for him. Then you got Veg and Nets, 2 wins, Sorokin with one. Uh, some decent numbers, nothing too fancy, but Sean's team didn't put up the fight in Nets at all. So you got Tavares and Nelson both with 3 assists. Olivier, 4 goals, 1 assist, 27 PIMs, 9 shots, 10 hits, 4 blocks, like +3 to go with it.
Sean's
Quite
MVP
the
right there.
yeah, he's a keeper. Keep him. You got Heiskanen, 2 goals, 3 assists. Hughes, a goal, 3 assists. Radish, 4 assists. 11 PIMs to go with it too. So still keeping up his points here. And then Busey, his only win on the week, but he put up an 809 on the week. Rittich and Thompson not able to get it done. So goalies are gonna be the questionable spot for Sean coming into the
I
playoffs.
think it's going to cost them. Uh, just looking at that, like, doesn't look very pretty.
No, well,
Uh,
Busey can put up some good numbers, but they've been really sharing that workload, right?
yeah. Captain Crunch, 5-12-2 and 14th. Defeating Hughes Your Daddy, 3-14-2 in 16th. Captain Crunch pretty much getting out of the Caucasaurus race here. What happened?
Officially out. Yep, officially took control of his own fate and took it to Casey. Um, yeah, I really wasn't watching this matchup through the week much. Um, but you can see they split goalie categories two apiece. Then player categories, there's a fair amount of close ones here. Domo winning by 2 goals, 4 assists, 1 power play point, but he did have 6 game-winning goals on his 15 out of his 15 goals, so quite a high number there. Um, but a lot of categories weren't close. So it doesn't look like this would have been too big of a matchup coming down to the wire. Although I should have been paying attention to this one because I thought it was pretty interesting for the Coxosaurus. Um, Thomas, 3 goals, 2 assists for Big Daltrey. Doan, 3 goals, 1 assist, 2 game-winning goals. Severson, a goal, 4 assists, 7 PIMs +3. Uh, 6K with 2 wins. Talopilo with 1 win. Um, Getting the Vancouver starts away from Kyle here. Yeah, but his goalies were not looking good. Talbot with an 886 leading the way, but was able to get it done here against Casey. He had Hughes, 3 goals, 3 assists. Slavkovsky, 2 goals, 4 assists. Um, Cooley, 2 goals, 1 assist, game winner for him. And then yeah, Bennington, who has now been dropped, took him a while, but he actually had a pretty good week for him, a 920 with his 1 win for his start.
I think
Saros with a win.
Hofer's kind of taken over there.
Yeah,
He's
well, they were splitting a little bit, like almost half and half, and then Hofer
yeah.
got a shutout, so they gave him
I
the rest.
I feel he's been getting a lot more of the starts. Just
It's Team Canada's goalie. Like, why aren't you playing him?
St. Louis is trash. But
I know. But yeah, that was a big one,
yeah.
which takes us
Yeah.
to our standings here.
Yeah, let's go to our standings here. We're gonna go over the playoff section first here. So Daltrey in first. right now with 32 points, matched up if it were to start today against the Polar Bears, in what I feel is a favorable matchup for Daltrey. So Sean's in eighth. We got Dan in second with 26 points. He'd be matched up against Travis right now, who's sitting in seventh with 22 points, because Patches has the tiebreaker. He has more wins. House of Krills, O'Neill in third with 25 points. He'd be matched up against Patches, with 20, who's sitting again with 22 points. Then you have Jager Bombs and Shifley Tower in fourth and fifth, 24 points, 23 points. This one almost seems like this is what the matchup's going to be. It's tough to say because those teams
Yeah.
below could jump up. So there's still a
Yeah,
lot
there's a
of juggling.
lot of change that can happen here, right? You technically have sixth, seventh, and eighth and climb to fourth or catch
Even
them in points,
even
right? So
yeah, any of them could jump right up. So it'll be an interesting week for that, at least for positions. 9 through 14, you have a bunch of jobbers. We're not even gonna fucking talk about them. They don't matter. Their standings mean nothing. But let's talk about this 15th and 16th here. Kyle's sitting 15th with 9 points. Casey in last with eight. Crucial last week matchup here for them, to see who can walk away with the coveted Caucasaurus. So
and a tie for KC would still give him the tiebreaker win, having more regulation wins. So Casey needs to lose in order to win the Caucasaurus.
yeah. So let's go to the this week's matchups. Let's see who we got playing. Wow, easy win for Kyle here. Sauce Pass, 6-12-1-13, take it on. The farm team, 2-12 and 5 and 15th. Who do you got?
I'm gonna I got to win to make it interesting in the standings here for the Caucasaurus, right? So
No, I hope you win as well because I would like to see a two-time uh Caucasaurus champion. Makes it easy on me. I don't have to collect the trophy. I guess I'd have to collect it to get a nameplate on it, but other than that,
it'd
he's a
be
good
easy
sport
for you
about
to
it.
hand off to the farm team.
He's a good sport about it. So I want to see more pictures and whatnot with the Caucasaurus.
Speaking of that, we haven't had an update in a while.
Yeah, I know he was having some family stuff going on, so I imagine that that's still
That's not
going
more
on.
important
So
than taking pictures of the trophy of Dick. Come
probably
on, we need to get our priorities
not by
back.
much, but probably.
Not by much, okay.
Team Ramrod 7-11 1-11th taking on Svech Be a Drink, 12-5 and 2 in second. Who do you got?
Dan got the playoff team against you,
Yeah,
who's not in the playoffs. Pretty
Team
easy.
Ramrod all the way always, but
Yeah, I get it.
yeah. Jager Bombs 11-7-1 and fifth, taking on Doll Try the Beef 15-2 and 2 in first. This is the match of the week, by the way. I looked earlier. Um,
Yep.
Big
Yeah, you know what?
implications here for standings.
I think the Toronto goalies are going to sink Daltrey this week,
You think so?
and I'm going to go with Braden. And it'd be nice to see him take an L right before the start of the playoffs and get him kind of double guessing everything.
I think Dolce's going to conveniently forget to dress those goalies, and he's going to pull out that victory. Um, Shifley Tower 12-7-0 in fourth, taking on Hughes Your Daddy 3-14 and 2 and 16th. Ooh, this is the more difficult matchup of the two Caucasaurus finalists. Who do you got here?
Yep. uh, I think Derek's going to take it. There's no reason to think otherwise.
Yep, Derek will take it, and Casey will
Likely.
win the Caucasaurus. Forgot about Dre, 7, 9, and 3 and 10th, taking on TBT's getting upset. 9, 6, and 4 and 7th. Who do you got here?
Give it to Travis. Got to respect the playoff teams. They've gone all year to get there.
Yeah, it's hard to go against a playoff team right now. Last week of the season, Dre really has nothing to play for. I don't think. Well, maybe he has some pride in saying I'm going to fuck Travis up here a bit.
And make him play
Um,
Daltrey first round.
Make away Daltrey first round. But I feel Travis should win this. Just looking at base on the standings and stuff like that. So Tage, 8-3-9. Speaking of teams who have nothing to play for, taking on Neil here, who's 12-6-1 in third. Who do you got here?
Yeah, Neil should cruise through this one. Mhm.
I agree with
I
that
think
sentiment. Should
the
cruise
goalies will
through.
carry it. Yeah, the player matchup here should be pretty good. Although I do think Neil is deeper, but the goalie should be a walk for Neil.
Yeah, I think Mark's done. Patches. 11, 8-0 and 6 taking on Team Rocket. Favorable matchup here. 7-11 and 1 and 12. Who do you got here?
Give this one to Patches. Playoff team. Do like the build of his team. Kyle has nothing to play for. Should see them blast off again. One last time.
Polar Bears trying to avoid a meeting with Daltrey here. 9, 6 and 4 and 8th taking on Domo. 5, 12 and 2 in 14th. Who do you got?
Sean. Sean should take this. It'd be funny to go against him here after going for all the other playoff teams. As I think there's only the one matchup that doesn't have a playoff team, which is me and Kyle. And then we only have the one matchup of two playoff teams. So, um, but yeah, Sean should take this.
Yeah, I agree. Sean should take this. But if he doesn't, cool. So we'll see what happens over the week here. We're gonna try and get the next week's episode done on Monday is the goal.
Before the games
Uh,
start.
I think it was 4 p.m. So if anyone wants to join us, reach out. We're telling you in advance this time that this is when we plan to do it. Monday around 4 in the afternoon, as I work nights on Monday and Tuesday this next week. So
Yeah,
um,
we'll have a little bit more content to go through um, for next episode as well, as we now know who the playoff teams are. So I'll take a deeper dive into that, or Kyle will, one of us. We'll see if he wants to do his thing.
yeah, but it's gonna be interesting playoffs.
Not
Congratulations,
really.
Stacy.
Not gonna be interesting at all. Fucking boring this year.
Yeah, we'll
No,
see.
no, it's gonna be good. And like you said, the it's nice to see the other team, like a few of the other teams, get in there who are maybe aren't always there, right?
Who are
Nice to
perennial
see.
losers, bud?
Yeah,
Like,
and then you have some perennial winners who aren't in the playoffs,
yeah,
which is awesome. As much as it sucks for us, I love to see it for the
it's
league.
good for
But
the league. Good
yeah,
for the league.
absolutely.
It lets them
Yep,
know that anything can happen.
yep, yep. So selling all our picks for the next year, hurting our draft stock because it's caught up to us, Shane.
No,
No, I won't change
no,
my habits.
no excuses here, but fact, injuries fucked me, and that's it. That's it.
Yeah.
You know. But bright side, Kachuk came back in February for the first time in a year for me, and he's been hot since. So hopefully, he can keep that going to next season, and I get off to a better start.
Yeah, I don't agree with that. I hope not. I mean, I hope he's good in the sense of because I haven't. No, this has been a good season, boys.
It's been a fun season.
Yep.
I'm interested to see who comes out on top. You know, who's gonna have the bragging rights? Who's going to do, um, the fuck do we call it here? The gloat show.
The gloat show. Oh,
Who's gonna come on and run their mouth about how the rest of us are all trash?
who's gonna
Uh,
get paid?
who's gonna get paid?
That's what we're all here for.
No, not some people. Some people just join every year not to do that. Just trade away all their keepers and have no real plan on how
What are you
to
trying to say
get
about me?
paid.
I don't know if you're taking a
Anyway,
shot
we're
at
running
me
out
or
of
Travis.
time. We have less than 3 minutes. So, any parting words, Corey?
No, that's it. Here, I'll go back to the matchup so you remember who you're playing.
No, I know who I'm playing. But good season, boys. Good luck in the playoffs, everyone. Good luck this week for playoff positioning. Except for you, Dan. Go fuck yourself.